Fears of the apocalypse were stoked by calls for the construction of a third Jewish holy temple in Jerusalem, which according to some will herald the imminent end of the world. Biblical theorists believe the construction of a third holy temple in Jerusalem will precede the imminent return of Jesus Christ. Jewish eschatology concerning the end times claims the Holy Temple will rise up from the ground for the third time when the apocalypse nears. Talk of a third temple being built emerged this week in response to a letter penned by the powerful Jewish assembly of rabbis known as the Sanhedrin. Jerusalem is heading into a mayoral election next week, and the Sanhedrin urged both running candidates, Ofer Bekovich and Moshe Lion, to rebuild the temple. The first two holy temples of Jerusalem were constructed on the city's Temple Mount centuries ago, but were razed to the ground by the Babylonians and the Romans respectively. The Holy Temple plays a crucial role in Jewish tradition and is a central player in prophecies and tales concerning the apocalypse. Christian pastor Paul Begley has now claimed the signs of the end of times are coming to fruition. The Indiana-based preacher said the rabbis of the Sanhedrin court are calling both mayor candidates to include in their plans for the city the rebuilding of a third temple. Folks, this is as close to Bible prophecy. I don't know what else to say. That's how close it's getting. If you're a Christian, you're saying, wow, the Messiah is coming, Pastor Paul Begley said. There's no doubt about it. Jesus of Nazareth, the Savior of the world, is going to return. Paul Begley claimed we are now living in the last days. According to Irvin Baxter of the End Time Ministries, the third holy temple will be rebuilt in the last 7 years of the world's existence. The doomsday preacher said this will happen in the first 3 years of the end times and will be the most visible sign of the end times finally arriving. Mr. Baxter said, as that cornerstone is laid on the Temple Mount, every network on earth will be televising this incredible event. Rick Breingar and Dave Robbins of the End Time Ministries said, the Bible prophesies in many places that a third temple will be built in the near future. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 1 and 2, Jesus tells his disciples that the second temple would be utterly destroyed. From Matthew 24, verse 3, throughout the rest of the chapter, Jesus sat on the Mount of Olives, overlooking the second temple, while he prophesied the events that would occur near the time of his second coming. Fears of the world coming to an end were also sparked when a snake was seen slithering out of the western wall. Biblical theorists interpret the snake's arrival as the third of 3 unusual signs foretelling the apocalypse, the other 2 being the birth of a red heifer cow in Israel and fish returning to the Dead Sea.